See if there's anybody around this morning. This fine, lovely morning. Oh crap, Brandon, you're first, man. You are first. What's happening, man? What's happening? What's happening? Shane, what's up? Here a second. Yeah. Hey, Christopher, how you doing? Good morning, Ralph. Hog Rider. I didn't do it. Damn tire flew apart, man. I didn't do that. But I was thinking about you the other day, Hog Rider. Last night, my last drive shift, I was thinking about you. There were some Atlas issues. um, yeah, Christopher, you got the first thumbs up. Did that change the volume? Is this thing connected to my headset? Is it? Is this? Am I talking in vain? Or can you hear me better with the headset on? Yes. Okay. Uh, cool. Now I don't have to get. Now I don't have to get super close to the phone. Good morning, David. Just got done working the night shift. Yes. Yeah. I was working the night shift too. I started driving last night at midnight. No, about 1 o'clock. And here I am stuck on the side of the road. Yeah, I wish I was drinking whiskey. um, but that tire screwed up the mud flap, screwed up the auto filler on the front wheel. Was there damage prior to it failing? No, I mean the normal little chunks out of the tread coming out of the tire, which these tires tend to have that issue, those issues. It was all, otherwise these tires on this trailer were pretty good. They weren't brand new or anything, but they weren't, there was nothing that we noticed, as far as needing concerned that or was making us concerned. Yes, absolutely. Ran across this issue though, Hog Rider. The GPS, it was I-20 to I-65. All the interchanges are torn apart. So the Navgo system wanted to get off on the street and take these streets and whatnot. And it was I-70. I mean, it was Alabama 79, which was in the Atlas. But then it wanted you to turn on this street, that street, and the other street, which were not in the Atlas. And looking at my phone, there was no evidence of trucks being on those streets, whether they were, it's like, well, how the hell do you find out if those roads are truck worthy? I mean, they're not in the Atlas. So I went ahead and I looked at the Atlas because I didn't know there was all this construction going on, why it was trying to take me off on these streets. I looked at the Atlas and I said, I'm going to just stay on I-20 until I hit 65. What the hell? And my Rand McNally was telling me to do that. Well, once I got there was no interchanges. It was all torn up. So I ended up pulling over on the where it was safe, and I looked at this other route it actually had a sign saying to US 60, I mean to Interstate 65. But it made me think, how the hell would you have confirmed those streets that it was trying to take you on? Because Google Maps wasn't making me feel real, the overview of it, trying to look for any evidence of trucks or anything, wasn't making me feel very confident. But I ended up going around all that nonsense and going away. I knew I was going to be okay. But it just made me wonder, how'd you do that? And, if you had to. Do I have a fat tire fund? You mean a flat tire fund? I don't. This is trailer. One, I'm not leased, so I don't pay for any tires. But two, if I was leased, this is on the trailer. It's all on. That's all on Prime. They get to pay for the tires. But it it was it's they've got a reserve. They've got me reserved with excuse me. They got me reserved with road assist, but there's no ETA. It literally um, I don't know what RDSV. I have RDSV set up with the shop. Let us know when they arrive and leave. But yeah, normally they tell me that they'll be there in an hour or whatnot. They're not giving me any information, so we might be here for a while. But we're going to be well 24 hours ahead of schedule on our drop, so it's not like we're pressed for time. Yeah, Hog Rider, absolutely going to teach them to use that atlas. That's I yesterday before we started this run, I had them go through the atlas and look at all the U.S. routes and state routes we were taking to make sure that they were good. Nah, the rim's not damaged. I didn't ride it. I didn't ride it very long. I mean, I didn't ride it very long. Once I seen, I started looking because the Qualcomm went off that there's a tire emergency. I started looking, and then boom, the tire went flying everywhere. Um, I'm sure that Prime will take it out of your pay. No, they don't take they don't take it out of your pay. It's a tire. I mean, it happens. I mean, um, there's yeah, they're not. I've brought in some pretty jacked up trailers that look like they were just sideswiped and whatnot, and they've never even questioned where that damage came from. They just send you through. I think as much as they talk big and bad that we're gonna get you, get you, get you. I don't think they really are trying to get you, get you, get you. If I drove over spike strips going backwards, yeah, they'd probably charge me. Yeah, hard time. Yeah, it ain't a hard time for me, Ralph. I ain't worried about it, man. It's their tires, man. Okay. Throughout the company, they probably go through hundreds of tires a day. Oh yeah, easy hundreds of tires a day. Um, I'm trying to think. Where'd we? No, we picked it. We didn't get this. This isn't one from the shop. But yeah, I mean the tire had those chunks starting to come out of the center wall, but it looks like the recap let go on it because it completely is smooth. So the recap probably just came off. But John's probably 8 hours into his 10-hour break, maybe. I figured I'd just pop on. I haven't been on here a while. I am going to be buying a laptop real soon, just a cheapie, so I can get back up to doing some lives. Yeah, Hog Rider, I actually did. It wasn't actually in the road. It was like on the line, so I just slid it over, so no one hits it. And I got my hands dirty doing it, which I probably should have put gloves on so it didn't spike me, but I didn't see any spikes on it. What do you suggest as study material for permit test in Missouri? Is the manual the recruiter sent email sufficient? Manual. CDL Prep is what I would use for the permit test. CDL Prep, it's an app you can get on the phone, and is email sufficient? You mean to talk to your recruiter? Yeah, that's how I talk to mine. What, let's see. What are you? Fuck it. Okay, you're the fucking manager. Why? Because I went and wrestled a gator out of the street. And I put my triangles up properly. I started to put them up and they immediately remembered, no, they got a twist. Oh man. But yeah, no, I don't want to mess up my thing. I was going to show you my alligator. It's biting the underside of the trailer right there. No, no, man. Hog rider. My wife's coming on the truck. She's at home frantically selling everything. She's like, I want to go on the truck. How's everything going, David? You've been quiet since getting out with the student, which is understandable. Christopher, it's pretty much my phone. The microphone's not working on it, so trying to do a recorded video is useless. And then the phone doesn't work for live videos, so it's just been too frustrating to try to do anything. So I'm gonna. I was planning on stopping today and getting a laptop at Walmart, but this, depending on how long we're stuck here on the side of the road, um, but I'm gonna be stopping at Walmart and just getting a cheapie like Kiana did, so I can go live. And plus, I mean, it's not a bad idea to have a little laptop to screw around with. And I don't know what I'll do with my phone as far as recorded videos. I used the mic earlier on the phone to do some driving video, and it just ain't the same because it's completely sterile sounding, no noise at all except my voice, which I like the sound of the truck and all that good stuff. Good morning, Kenworth. How you doing? Only 100 more subscribers to get. Yeah, yeah. It's I got to put out content, Mark, to get new subscribers, but I can't put out content because I have phone issues. Now, see, my wife's got a GoPro. She's got, not only do we have a GoPro she'll be bringing with her, but she's also has a DSLR camera that does video, really, because she's really into photography and all that stuff. So we're gonna have some good cameras coming up here soon, and then also she'll be able to run my YouTube page and do things right on it maybe. Because Christopher, I don't want to spend money on that, on an iPad type device. That's good that your wife is going to come out on the road. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, what are you going to do, Kenworth? What are you going to do? Damn super singles. I mean, they put those recaps back there. Um, I wondered, they must save money. You'd think that they'd do a study and go, well, if new tires last this long, recaps will only last this long. The savings of the truck being broke down on the side of the road and missing appointments is not worth the $5 savings. Okay, yeah. Since his wife is going on road, you pull into truck stop park, you will know what prime truck is and be the one rocking back and forth. That's going to be the one parked all the way in the corner with the stereo blasting. I can't believe I said that. Yeah, it's got to be some kind of a savings, man. But they're constantly blowing tires out, on these trailers. Well, one of the trailers I pulled into the yard with, they changed all four trailer tires. He goes, these aren't even trailer tires on this trailer. These are drives. He goes, I go, okay, well, does it matter? I mean, the drives hold 34,000 pounds. But he's like, yeah, no. He goes, they need it. And he put brand new trailer tires on it. Yeah, the lotion's gonna be missed, Mark. No, man, shut up. I use the lotion for my hands. I'm still gonna use the lotion for my hands. Fuck. Oh man. But I'm betting it's gonna be a couple of hours couple of freaking long hours waiting for this guy. Okay, let's see. If I sit back, yeah. Okay, so now I just put that really big. She'll use the lotion on him while he drives. Ha 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 ha, Ryder. So funny. Oh man. I'm in Nebraska, Christopher. Um, just where am I? I'm in between the I-70 and the I-80 in Nebraska, going from the 70 to the 80, which was neat. It was we were on I-25, which was has been flooded for all this time. They finally opened it, man. Um, I got a bunch of video of it that is garbage, has to go in the trash because my windshield's so dirty. The camera kept focusing on bugs on the windshield. So none of the footage I did came out. I don't think. I'll have to look at all of it, but most of it I looked at. It's just bugs, bug body parts. But yeah, once I get the laptop, I'll be able to start doing some late nights. Get get the old gang back together. David, are you going to train your wife to drive to maximize your income? Well, Kenworth, I don't think so. She wants to, but I don't think so. Just switched my California license over to Michigan license, and we'll be applying for primary. Oh, cool, Mark, cool. Shit, they have to pull the tire guy out of the cornfields, and then he needs to go get Papa's truck down by the river before he comes out. Pretty much, pretty much. Oh man, but things were going too well, but we're getting way too much time on picking up and dropping loads. The rate we're going right now, we'll be out here for 2 months plus to get the 30,000 miles. This week I'm losing money um, because it came out on Thursday, and it's going to be under 3,000 miles. It's like going to be like 2,800 miles. And instead of getting my 45 cents a mile, they're going to only give me 24 cents a mile. So I'm going to lose money this week big time, which is kind of lame. I mean, I assume maybe when I get my settlement, there will be some kind of uh, pay in there to make up for it. Can you not call the receiver and see if they'll take it early? Oh yeah, absolutely, Hog Rider. That's my plan. But I want to get closer to it before I want to get closer to it before I call them because of something like this. Um, we'll have to see what the delay is here because it delivers 2:30 on the 17th, and we were going to be there tonight at about 1 a.m. So we'll still be there. We'll be there tonight. That would be tomorrow morning at 1 a.m. So we'll still be getting there tomorrow morning, and I'll see what we can do as far as dropping it early. They have parking there, so I'm going to take it right. I'm going to just take it right to the receiver, and it says that they start receiving at I think it was like 8 o'clock. So that tells me that I'm going to have to wait till at least 8 o'clock. So yeah. Okay, that's what it's going to be, I guess. The late nights are missed. My midnight shifts at work are boring without the gang. I was thinking about texting, calling you, David, but don't want to wake you up if you're sleeping. Well, Christopher, if I'm sleeping, I won't answer. That's just how I roll. Um, yeah, don't worry about that, man. Shit, Kiana texts and calls me at all god awful hours. Marcy, did you move to do company? If you do company trainer settlement videos, I'll bet your subscribers will go up fast. Tires flat, that's fat. Oh, okay, I was gonna say Timothy must be here. Tires flat, that's facts. So what are you gonna do about Davey on the back? Get it out, spit into the wind, reach out, kicked, hold flat. I'm gonna go chew that tire off the rim there, Timothy, and then just drive it on the rim the rest of the way. Well, Dan, that's because you're running team, and anything over 3,000 miles a week, it's 34 cents a mile. Anything under is 24, um, or 28 cents. I can't remember what it actually is, and it's because you got to remember they're paying the TNT students $700 a week. Well, where do you think that money comes from? It comes out of like the lease guys pay that. Apparently, the company guys do too. But I really wasn't planning on doing TNT. And when I was going to do it, I was going to be a lease operator. So I didn't think about company side because that was like the last minute, you know, thing. Recovery drives. There's actually I have relatives that live there and are using their okay, cool. Axel McGraw. But I'm moving to Texas to do the same thing. Going to Texas, Jesse. Going to Texas. Ah, I'll be moving to Texas where they don't have state income tax. Yeah, they don't have state income tax in Texas, man. Yeah, it definitely feels like a Monday, Timothy. What the hell? What about yous? Yous? What about yous? It's your Saturday, Hog Rider. Oh, I just wanted to make some money, man. That's all. I just wanted to see what it was going to be like to make money. But another couple months or whatever, and I won't have any bills at all. Any thoughts of switching to lease when the wife comes aboard? Figured she can do all the paperwork, etc. If you were to do that, would you be able to keep Papa Smurf? Um, yeah, you could lease this truck, but I don't know, man. I really have to do the math on that because I'm coming up to a year. My insurance is going to drop down to cheap, and I don't think a solo lease driver makes all that much more than a company driver that hustles. Um, and with the health insurance benefit that that I get out a year, I'm gonna have to see. I'm not I'm not real gung ho on going lease now that I'm not gonna train. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Dan. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, Mark, I decided not to. My head started hurting. What's up, Will? How you doing, man? Mm. But at least there was a turn lane here. Otherwise, I'd have had to drive this damn thing with tires flying everywhere up the road. God knows how far. Honestly, after all expenses, lease drivers make around the same as company. Well, Hog Rider, yeah, when Bags did that video of his solo first year solo lease, he made like 1,300 a week after, when he did his yearly deal. Um, and I'm thinking with the cheap company insurance and you got workers comp and all that, it might be better to just stay company. Um, I like my fleet manager. He's been doing good. Nice, Will. That's cool. Congratulations, man. We got time. You're supposed to be saving now. I am saving. Yes, I got the pieces, Timothy. I don't want to be ticketable. Ticketable. Right. But man, if that alligator was way back there, I wouldn't be huffing my ass back there. That's that's road hazard. You know, these alligators come flying off and smash the hell out of a car. We're not liable. That's road hazard. Yeah, and luckily the damn thing didn't bite me. I did get my hand dirty though. This past week sucked money mileage wise because you guys went into Florida. Um, yeah, it took a minute to get out of Florida, but we got this 3,000-mile load coming out of Florida. It just took a day. Well, did a 34-hour reset to get out of Florida. Um, not a full 34, but it was so close that we just John got his, and then I just shut down one night after he drove all day because I had to do 7 hours and I had a 34. So it took a minute to get out of Florida, but we left out on a Thursday, so I don't have a full week out here, and I only got 2 runs for this pay period because this Florida run started on Sunday, I think, Monday, which took last week's pay. If I would have had a small run, that would have worked better. I come to Prime. Do I have to do PSD and TNT over if I have a CDL? Um, only if you don't. You have to have X amount of hours experience, and then you won't. I don't think you'll have to do PSD, but you'll have to do TNT for sure. If you don't have X amount of hours, I forget how many hours it is that you have to have where they'll put you out in their truck. Yeah, you're right, Timothy. The alligators don't like me, man. A week. Yeah, you'll be doing TNT for sure. Well, we're gonna slowly. I'm gonna learn. I brought 1450 net last week as company driver. Got to find their got to find the right company. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, Hog Rider. He's not gonna go anywhere with a week and get put into a truck. They're gonna put him through their training program. Yeah, okay, Timothy. I have no experience. I just got my CDL yesterday here at CR England. Yeah, so I looked into a few different companies as far as, after my years up to move over to, and I just didn't really find anything that was any better. You know, it they all have their issues, and it's like, okay, this company wants to pay you 51 cents a mile. You call them up, talk to them. Oh yeah, no, well, you'll get 1,800, 2,000 miles a week. Okay, well, if I'm only getting that, it's like if I'm getting 45, type deal. No company will hire you if you get CR England experience. Have you ever checked all the lanes that Prime runs or would like to run? Well, Timothy, Prime tells you where to go. So it's not like I can tell them, okay, I want to run over here and just stay. I want to stay in this lane. Um, we're all 48, so we got to run everywhere. So what kind of miles are you doing a week there, Dan? And and that 14 something net, how often do you do that? I mean, everyone always likes to give their big check, but what is your average? If you were to take a month or 2 months worth of paychecks and break them down, what would that average out a week? Because I've had a big check here, but then the next one was small because, well, like for instance, this one, this week's going to be a small check, but next week's going to be huge because I got 2 or 3 days of last week on next week's check. So it all depends on what's what. Office is a pain in the ass, but worth the money to put up with. 3,000-mile run, nothing to sneeze at. All right, okay, only 2 weeks here for me to get my CDL. That's why I came here. Some people are taking months because they can't get the maneuvers down or pre-trip. 2 weeks, okay. Yeah, there's no reason why you should even go into a school not already knowing the pre-trip. If I was fresh out of school, I would pick Prime for sure. Yeah, yeah, Prime's one of the higher paying ones for people fresh out of school, but I don't know. I seem to get treated well. I like the new equipment. I like the app that you deal with. Um, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things go. Now, when I haven't talked to my fleet manager about my wife coming on the truck yet. I figured I'd wait until TNT's almost up and then tell him, hey, wife's gonna come on the truck with me for a while or ever, forever. But and see what he says. I assume he's just gonna say, okay, that's cool. Here, you got to fill out this paperwork. But if they hem and haw about it, that will be 100%. I'll be leaving Prime at that point and going somewhere else. But Prime has a rider policy, and they promote spouses going on the truck with you. So I don't think there should be any kind of problem. Jump if you like what number three Prime trainer sent in front of. Prime didn't accept me for school. I know someone that got their CDL somewhere else, and then they took them. Yeah, yeah, Prime's being really picky on who they're taking. Um, I don't know why. I don't know why all of a sudden they got super picky after all these years, but they did. Giving you a hard time. Well, okay, I didn't. I did 2,000 miles, but we mostly run 1,500 because it's all percentage loads plus all the little incentives. I net minimum 12 to 1,800. Okay, now when you say you net, that means after taxes, after everything, you're putting that in your bank account as a profit because that's a lot of net to be netting as not being a lease driver or anything like that. That's some good money there. Um, but a lot of times people say net and then they go, oh, well, no, taxes still have to come out of it, or no, this has to come out of it. Sierra England has a lease program here too, but I don't want to work here. $100 to sleep in your truck. That's nice. I'm not on cucumbers. That was Bags. He was doing cucumbers. Yeah, I mean to be netting $1,800 a week, man. That's a lot of freaking money to be making as a company driver. You know. Yeah, hog rider, but still, that's a lot of money to net as a what did it say? 1,800, 12 to 1,800. Now, honestly, Dan, how often is it 12? I mean, come on, let's be real. I mean, I'm sure 12 to 1,800. I hit 1,800 once or twice, but it's usually 12 because I'll believe if it's around 1,200 net, 1,300 net. I'll believe that. I'm just not believing no $1,800 net checks coming as a company driver. I'm not even 100% sure what I have on board, Christopher. Be honest with you, I didn't even look at the bills. I don't care. I don't care what's on board as long as it pays me to get. So I just get paid to go from point A to point B. I don't care what's in there. The average 1,200. Starlink is making most people go to California today. They are giving rental cars and 3 to 4 people to a car to meet the trainer. Yes, profit after tax. I don't even talk about gross. Huh? Yeah, that's some damn good money, man. That is some really good money. $1,800, man. That'd be sweet. Um, yeah, I'm still averaging just over. Well, I don't know now that I started doing the trainer thing. That's a whole different ball of wax. But yes, Timothy, Pop Tarts. I want a Pop Tart. I'm hungry. Yeah, I wish, Will. Shit. I'm gonna have 1,800 miles this week. Now the PSD, that was nice, man. Getting that $300 a week, that was sweet, plus my miles. But this TNT crap, I don't see it working out real well. Mm. Good morning, Trucker's Life. Somebody needs to come change this damn tire. Now watch. They're gonna come and they're gonna go to get a tire out from underneath the truck and go, "Oh, there's no spare." Well, that's right. I told you there was no spare. Dot inspection. Oh, lovely. That's why us drivers put up with the BS at the office. I don't know, Will. I don't know if I'm going to. Now that I'm not gonna train, I don't know if I don't know if it's gonna make financial sense, especially with me having the wife on the truck, because I'm betting with the wife on the truck, I'm betting I'm not gonna be running as hard as I do. Couple of reasons. Number one, I'm gonna have to plan more bathroom breaks, shower breaks, things like that. Two, I will have absolutely zero bills whatsoever. So that incentive of having to pay bills isn't going to be standing behind me making me go, okay, I only got 2 hours sleep. Let's run. Yeah, exactly, Hog Rider. So you're saying you'll be chasing tail instead of. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. What do you mean I'm going to be chasing tail? Where's the tail going to go? We're inside a little 6x6 box. I ain't got to chase nothing. He's got to move. Oh man, I'm glad my wife's just a little itty bitty thing, man, because these beds are so small in here. Have to put her in my pocket and go to sleep. It sucks. I got to be on duty sitting here with this flat tire. Yeah, well, and I'm joking about being on duty. I'm not on duty. Yeah, well, we got 2 people actually interested in the house. We haven't even put it up for sale yet, because the area there's really nothing for sale in the area. As far as acreage and little farmhouses go. But yeah, we're gonna sell the house. I want to get something, we want to get something more when we decide to come off the truck. We want to get something more manageable. We're actually starting to think about retirement. Putting money away for retirement, things like that. Coming off the road to not having 15 acres to deal with and all that nonsense, and the horses and everything. Trainers on the road is a pointless. Wait, trainers on the road is a pointless thing to me. Never had a trainer, needed to train. Never had a trainer, needed no trainer. We'll try counting dust particles. I don't shit. So house, get a freaking PO box. I already have one, Timothy, at the terminal. I can give it to you, Timothy. You can send me stuff. It's funny that I'm selling my house. Why is that funny? Why is that funny? I got equity in it, man. I might as well get the equity. When you're selling your house, and I only switched OTR to buy a house. There you go. Yeah, you can buy my house. I think you should go lease also, get the wife to get her seat elbow to be. Well, he ain't never driven with my wife, man. She scares the shit out of me. Remember, we got the Dodge dually pickup truck. She put it in the ditch twice and freaking just busted the passenger mirror off and sideswiped it against the mailbox. I ain't fucking driving no damn semi. Whether driving, are you out of your mind? I'll never sleep. Property in a sailboat, nice. Yeah, I'd never sleep again. I don't like driving with her in a freaking car, let alone in a big old freaking semi. Hell no. I'd be scared. Oh shit, you got serious plans for me, huh, Timothy? Can't wait to see what they are. Hey Kyle, how you doing? You popped in, you popping out? Thanks, man. You stay safe too. You're kind of using them as a probe also. Where am I at? I'm freaking in Nebraska, man, sitting on Highway 2, waiting to get freaking waiting to get hooked up, or my tire hooked up, fixed. We're heading to Idaho Potato Land. It sucks because John wanted to meet the fleet manager, and we're gonna be driving right by Salt Lake. And I looked at the time; it's gonna be like 8 o'clock tonight. Well, it's gonna be later than that now, but he goes home at 4 or 5 or something like that. While I was driving, I can't put it on, Kyle. I have no spare. I have no jack. Go lease for a few months at least. I think you'll like it, and you won't have to run as hard. Guess what? Dude, I have some credentials and little success in that aspect. You know, I was thinking about that with lease as far as about running is hard, but then it's like, I don't know, man. Once we're out here and we're doing our thing, then I can start thinking about that stuff. Right now, I've got so much on my mind that I have to deal with. I mean, you guys got to remember, we're selling everything we own. I'm keeping it. If I knew someone to buy my tools, I would sell those too, but I don't know how to sell tools. What am I going to sell? Wrenches on eBay? Um, so I'm going to just, I guess, put those in storage with a few things. But we already got our truck sold, our Lance camper sold. Um, we rehomed all the dogs. Shut up, Will. No, Dan, we rehomed them all, which was sad as hell, but we found some good homes for them. 2 other drivers would go after 2 years. Find was Timothy. So right now we have to sell 3 horses and rehome a cat. We keep forgetting about this one cat. Might buy your tools or have someone to buy them. Really? 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 I will do that. Do 3 months lease, that won't hurt you. Uh, Doing 3 months lease, you still gotta pay that first week, so you got $1,500. You're still gonna pay that 15 well, 1,000, whatever the truck payment is for that first deferred payment, which technically I know what you're saying, Will, won't be a big deal, but if you cut that lease, I mean, if you go to lease and then you wanna come back, now do I lose my discount for my health insurance? Maybe, maybe. Will, are you leasing? No, you just got your CR England freaking license, right? The hell you know about lease? You bugging me to go lease. Yeah, Kyle, I gotta sell the horses. She's just putting them up on Dream Horse, which is a place to sell horses. Anyways, my logic, as you know, is greatest distance between 2 points, straight, easy roads. That's all. Yeah, I like straight, easy roads. There ain't no need to be bouncing all over the place. Yeah, Will. Fucker. You over here, Mr. Lease Man over here. It's like, wait a minute, you ain't even driving a damn truck yet. How much are they? What the tools? Hell, I don't know. I got a shitload of tools. I don't know how to price tools. That's right, trucker's life. That's right. Pay off. Got a couple of credit cards. Got to pay off. Um, right answer should be not now. Lease or own in a boom economy only. But I do know that lease pays more with freedom. It's not that as a solo driver, Will, it's not that much more. When you take in consideration health insurance, okay, I'm going to be paying like $70 a week health insurance versus if I went lease, I'd be paying about 1,300 a year. So, divide by 4. See the difference right there? Um, Instead of the I don't know, 240. I don't know. Fucking you do the math. So that right there is a big downfall on going lease. Is I'm going to lose that benefit. Prime after a year, they cut your freaking health insurance way down. How much are the horses? Oh, the horses. Um, well, it varies. There's 3. There's 2 Missouri. I mean, there's a Tennessee Walker, Missouri Foxtrotter, and a standard bred or something like that. Um, I don't know. I think one's like 3,500, one's like 2,500, and I think like one's like 5 grand or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I know my horse. When I bought my horse, he was $6,500. We're gonna definitely take it in the pants on that. Just because. Oh, sorry guys. I hope that didn't blow your guys' ears out. Just because I got my horse when I was in California. Now we're in Missouri. He's a Missouri Foxtrotter. Missouri Foxtrotters are plentiful out here, so they don't go for as much. I save up to 65% weekly. Cool. Company, are you making at least 60K? Um, Depends on how you run. Well, um, I would bet. I would bet with all the fuel bonuses and everything that you'd make that. Um, Depends on how long you stay out, you know. But I don't know. I haven't been, running I haven't ran a year or even this year I couldn't do that because the year was not. I had too many my hands in too many different pots this year. Plus, they had the training pay and stuff. So you know, it. It's not always about um, oh, because then you think, well, if you're only making $1,100 a week, that's 52 weeks, and you take, say 42 because you take all the time off. But then you have to add in that health insurance. That health insurance is, I think, what's going to be the killer on not letting me go lease. Is I think the health insurance. That sneezes all over my face. That makes you sneeze. Sorry, man. Sorry. I'm getting freaking sick or something. I woke up with a sore throat and sneezing. I'm in Nebraska, Mr. Chapstick, Nebraska, over by I'm in between like I-80 and I-70. You get field bonuses training? Yeah, yeah. You get, and I've been, man, I just got, I was above my fleet average this week as far as fuel goes. Um, this truck gets good fuel mileage. But one thing I noticed, guys, I think the 20, the new body style Freightliners, I don't think they turn as good as the old body style because I've, started driving this truck again, for the first time once we went into TNT, and I keep finding myself hitting the lock on it and going, "Ooh, just made it," to where I was never doing that with the old trucks, the two Freightliners I had. So yeah, I don't think this thing turns as sharp as unless driving that little lightweight has got my distances all screwed up. But yeah, I think last paycheck I had like 50 some dollars in fuel bonuses. And will freedom, the ability to refuse loads, but if you do not write down all the bad shippers, you'll be there again and go. Yeah, you can turn down loads as a lease driver. I wouldn't recommend it because they will get you. They're I don't know any lease driver that goes, "Oh yeah, I turn down loads and have no consequences." You turn down a load, I guarantee you go to the back of the board. Because they do. They have, okay, there's 10 trucks waiting for loads. Oh, you refused it. He goes back there. Now next. I mean, I would be, even if I was leased, I wouldn't be turning down loads. What I would do though is come winter time, I would block states. And that's what my fleet manager told me to do. He goes, if you don't want to go to the snow, he goes, don't turn down loads, block the states. And then they won't even try to give you loads from there unless it's night dispatch. And well, dispatch is not going to befriend you. That's right. Yeah, no, turning down loads is not a good thing. Yeah, see, well, that's and you'll pay dearly for that. What you want to do is you want to talk to your fleet manager up front. Say, I don't want to go here, here, or here, and then that way you're not turning down a load. You're just not. They're not trying to give you loads in those areas. Hey, Caesar, how you doing? It just popped. It came apart and ate everything. What's up, Taco Truck? You refuse a lot, no problem. Come on, man. No, you don't. Don't lie. Don't be a taco truck, man. I want tacos. Every time I see you, I want tacos. Old school tires are better. Yeah, while I was driving, I was on State Route 2 here in Nebraska, and the Qualcomm barked at me that there's a tire emergency. And you can't, on this trailer, you can't see the light. So I'm like, I don't see no light. Where the hell is the light? So I was driving. There was nowhere for me to pull over. So I was driving. And I kept looking out my windows, and I leaned over and looked out the passenger side, and freaking tire just went everywhere. So I pulled over in a turn lane here, and it jacked up the mud flap, tore the auto filler off the front wheel. Okay, nice, nice. Proof. Let his student sleep. Oh, yeah, no, he's sleeping. I ain't gonna bother him. Driving in the winter is it's nerve wracking. And even when you're not in a bad area, I'm constantly on edge, not knowing, when is the bad area coming. And so it's like a constant. Ugh. I gotta go reopen the drinking hole. When's the tire guy coming out? Who knows, Mr. Chapstick? It sounds like they have me on like a, I don't know, the reserved tire guy. I don't know what the hell they were talking about. But I know Sap Bros is like 50 miles from here because that's where my fuel stop was going to be. I'll look for you tonight, David Glass. Student, have a very. All right, Timothy, you have a good one, man. You were just in Nebraska. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm doing the jump from the 70 to the 80, which is a cool little run. I did this run in the wintertime. It was freaking iced up like crazy. I didn't like the run the back then, then. But we got to get to where we got to get to. I wish they would hurry up, man. I don't want to get back on the road before I run my clock out. This freaking four ways are driving me nuts. They're so loud in this truck. Well, backing in at the truck stop is a lot harder than backing in at a shipper because the shipper receivers generally have nice room between the trailers. Truck stops, your mirrors are almost touching each other, so it can get a little tight. Um, I had one the other day where the truck that I was going to back in next to was sticking out about 10 feet. So that killed my space in front. Oh, it was just a nightmare, but we got it in there. But no, parking in truck stops is a lot worse than parking at shipper receivers, but you'll get used to doing it. And backing between two trucks at a truck stop, you're backing, between money and money. Was on I-80 through Wyoming and was thinking about your video back earlier this year. I-80 is trying to kill someone. Yeah, that I'm going to be going through Wyoming here in a bit on I-80. Actually, I won't. John will. I'll be sleeping by the time we get there because I was supposed to shut down at 10 o'clock this morning. But so I had like 250 more miles or so to go. Yeah, backing in at night does make it harder. Some of the truck stops are well lit though, but yeah, because you got shadows and whatnot. Yeah, it's going to be nice today too. I checked the weather route, knowing I was going through Nebraska and Wyoming and into Utah. It's like I'm making sure I didn't want to get to freaking Wyoming and have it be under 6 foot of snow. It's Wyoming, man. You just never know. But we're gonna stop at a Walmart on the way down that way, and I'm gonna get me a laptop. Well, as soon as my statement goes through and I see how much I'm gonna make this week, then I will. How often do you parallel? Well, I parallel parked right here. Not like the extent you think, because I came into this turn lane, but this is for cars onto a side street that trucks don't go on. So it wasn't long enough for me to get straight. So I had to just back and parallel in. But parallel, not that often. You do parallel though. You will be parallel parking, but it's not that often, and you might not even realize you're parallel parking. You're like, oh, I got to move the truck over. Well, you just parallel parked. You just moved it over. Are you Cali bound? They are supposed to get snow. I think. Shut up. There ain't no snow in Cali. No, I'm going to Idaho. Don't you even tell me that the Idaho's going to have snow. But from Idaho, they might go into Washington and California or something, pick up produce. There's this freaking dude. It's freaking May. There ain't no way there's snow. I'm not falling for that chapstick. I'm not falling for that. Although you keep seeing me look around, that's because I want my phone. I wanna look to see what the weather is. What do I normally eat for breakfast? They have no fridges here at CR England. Um, well, right now, I mean, I had the, like, yogurts, Yoplait yogurts. I would have one of those, but right now, food's a little scarce. I've got some hot links, and I don't generally eat breakfast. I'll usually just eat one time a day, and have a dinner. And while I'm driving, I'll munch on some beef jerky. Um, that I buy with my fuel points. I ain't gonna spend all that money on beef jerky, but I get it with the fuel points. But otherwise, just nibble on things. But I definitely get a refrigerator. How does company TNT pay work? Do you just get 300 extra a week, or do you get paid miles? The 300 was for PSD. The uh, TNT, you're getting miles. From what I understand, anything over 3,000 miles, they're paying 34 cents a mile on, which unless we're hitting 4 or 5,000 miles, I'll make less money doing TNT than I would running solo. So we're gonna have to see how that works. Now, having said that, though, I don't know. There might be incentives or whatnot if you're doing lower miles. I don't know. I haven't seen a statement yet. I hear you're not supposed to be eating big meals on the road. It'll make you stop and have to use the bathroom. Well, you shouldn't be eating big meals, period, because it'll make you stop and get fat. I literally will have a hot dog. John will have a hot dog and a granola bar. I'll have a yogurt, but yeah, you don't want to say that. I mean, you got to be smart about it. You don't want to drink a freaking 44-ounce soda while you're driving because you'll be pissing all over the place. And yeah, you don't want to have chili mac with hot sauce before you get on the road because you'll be freaking crapping yourself on the side of the road. But yeah, you just gotta be smart about it. Just be smart about it. But yeah, um, I don't generally eat big meals. Well, you're a dick, Will. That's all I gotta say. You're a dick because I want to eat a lot, and not get and be slim. I freaking look at food and I gain weight. Um, but I used to be like that, man. My wife, when we first got married and I was 18, she'd make whole bags of French fries for me, those skinny fries, the whole bag. And I'd just be mounting on a plate where I'd put Parmesan cheese and ketchup and all kinds of crap. And 130 pounds, 130 pounds, 130 pounds. And I don't know, I think about two, three, four, I think when I got in my mid 20s and quit smoking and all that, poof, just went ballooned up like a freaking cow. But yeah, no, you just got to make sure you got to make sure you're not eating stuff that's going to make you have to go to that bathroom excessively. Now, having said that, don't feel bad about having to go to the bathroom. I mean, that's just normal. I just uh, if I start feeling like I have to go to the bathroom, first thing I do is look for a rest area because you can get in and out of a rest area super quick. Um, if there isn't one, then I'll do a truck stop. But one thing you'll learn is if you start feeling like you have to go to the bathroom, and I'm talking about number two, don't wait until it's too late. Get into the bathroom because one thing you forget about being in a truck, if you pass that truck stop, it could be 50, 60, 100 miles before you get somewhere, a rest area or something. And it's not like a car where you can just pull off at any exit and go use any bathroom. So, how do you use the Jake brake with autos? I'm assuming the exact same way you would on a manual, except you don't have to downshift. It does it automatically for you. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know the difference between the auto and manual. Other than the manual, you need to put it in the right gear for the Jake brake to work. Hey, Mr. Chad, how you doing? In other words, you'll shit yourself if you don't stop. Exactly. Exactly. You know, you can't be eating that freaking bowl of chili mac with Tapatio and Fritos and everything else, and then expect to drive 500 miles, or you're going to be crapping yourself for sure. So when you're going down mountains, how do you slow down without burning up your brakes? What I tend to do is I just close my eyes. No, you can put these trucks in a descent mode, which I don't really use. I just freaking use the Jake. You just want to keep your RPMs down below. I like to keep my RPMs no more than 2100 for little spurts at a time. I like 19 between 19 and 2100 when I'm jaking down a hill. Um, and you just maintain your speed at that. And I don't know really know how to explain it. Other than what I'm telling John is, don't let the truck build too much speed to where it's going to get away from you. Um, because there's a point if you're going too fast, the Jake don't work. And that's the other thing I noticed about this newer truck. The Jake in this truck is nowhere near as strong as the Jake in the older Freightliners. Um, but yeah, you get going too fast, the Jake's useless, the brakes are useless. You just run downhill and close your eyes to see what you hit at the bottom. But no, you want to catch the truck before it gets out of control. Maintain your speed. You know, if you're going to descend the hill at 55, 60, 65 or whatever, make sure you maintain that speed. Now, granted, the grade of the hill is going to dictate your speed too. All right, guys, I'm gonna get some sleep. I'll talk to y'all, and I'm off to see busy. All right, see you have a good one, man. Can you put it on cruise at a low speed? Yeah, these trucks going to freaking cruise at like 15 miles an hour or something stupid like that. But yeah, that's the other thing is you can just put it on cruise control if you're descending a hill and just put the cruise 5 mile per hour or slower than like if you wanted to descend the hill at 50, you'd set your cruise at 45 and it'll activate the Jake brake at 5 miles above what you have it set for, and it'll maintain it that way to a point. I mean, you got a heavy load and a steep grade, you still got to use your brakes and all that fun stuff. But I 9 times out of 10 when I'm descending a grade, I don't touch my brakes one time, not one time. The only time I'll be using my brakes is if like the one time in Little Dirty where I turned the windshield wipers on, which disengaged the cruise control, and I didn't realize that that happened until the truck was up to about 85 miles an hour. Then I had to, jake it down and use the brakes to slow it down. But it wasn't a big major hill. Obviously, I would have noticed the truck accelerating super quickly if it was. Good, Chris. Good. How are you, man? Just living the life, living the dream. Excuse me. Um, living the dream, sitting on the side of the road. You're doing great. I love watching these clips about truckers. Good, yeah. You like watching our misery. I'm in Nebraska, man. I'm hanging out in Nebraska with a blown out tire, a jacked up mud flap, and a ripped out auto filler tube for the front tire. I assume what they're probably going to do is just come put a tire on and and shut the valve off for the autofill. Yeah, they might bring parts for it, although who knows. I think my first year driving, I'm gonna stay in the road for the whole year. You ain't gonna stay on the road for a whole year, Will. You'll get freaking homesick, man. You'll need to get out of that truck. These trucks get smaller and smaller and smaller every day you're in them. Oh my God, that four way is just driving me freaking crazy. These internationals take a while to find the sweet spot to go down a hill. Hey Travis, how you doing, man? I wish I had an international because it has a bigger bed, and I hear they have a spot for your CPAP machine. Yeah, but this Freightliner, the Jake on it's freaking almost worthless compared to the 2017 and even the 2020 old body style. Those Jakes worked really good. How long do you have to wait for a repair truck to get there? It varies. I mean, it varies. This they didn't give me an ETA, so this one's going to be a while. Usually it's an hour, 2 hours, but they'll usually say, "Oh, they'll be there in a couple hours," and then you'll get a call from them, and they'll say, "Oh, we're on our way," and it's 10 minutes later. But this time they just said we've called them and I guess reserved a spot for me or whatever. Um, Homesick. I got rid of my apartment, my car, and all little things I had before I came to school. Yeah, I thought you did, but no. What I meant is not actual homesick. You don't have a home, but you'll just get sick of being like when my wife and I aren't here. We'll be staying in hotels, here and there because I don't want to be trapped in this damn truck the whole time. The bed is big, but if you're used to a Freightliner, it's a big change. Yeah. Yeah, I know the cabinets are smaller because of that bed. They give you the big bed. When you broke down, does this take away from how many hours you are allowed to drive in a day? Yes. Right now, I'm off duty, so it's burning my 14-hour clock. Um, so eventually, I'll start becoming not available to drive, depending on how long I sit here. You have timeshare at any hotel? That's what I'll probably do. Yeah, no, I don't do timeshares, man. Timeshares are no. Get a tent. I have a 10-week max in the saddle. Any more than that, I got a little haywire. Yeah, Travis. See, and with me and the wife being on the truck, that little bed's gonna get really small really quick. Although she was in the truck the other day and we were laying in it and it was, it was fine. We were up against each other, but um, I don't know. I guess we sleep all entangled at home anyway, so might as well just tangle up here. But it would have been nice to have the international to get that extra, I think, like 4 or 6 inches or something like that. All right, Chris. Thanks, man. You take care also. But yeah, I was every 4 or 5 weeks, and I needed to go home to see the wife and daughter and whatnot. But the fact that she'll be with me, I can stay out longer, make more money. When you do a 34 ticket somewhere, you can go enjoy it like Grand Canyon. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And see, my wife's good at that kind of stuff where she'll be able to find, oh, okay, well, we can go over here, and there's a truck stop over here, and we can Uber. She's good at all that kind of crap planning stuff. I don't know, Ralph, about leasing a new truck. I wonder if it started burning down on my 14 yet. Probably not, because I had a these new Qualcomms suck.
48 minutes of remaining drive time.
No, 548 is on my 11-hour drive. My 14's got 608. So it's going to start burning my 14-hour real quick. Real quick. But we're teaming, so I just need to get it as far as I need to get it, and then he'll just take over. I'll drive my 14 down to 0 minutes. Now my e-fund is built up. I'm going to stay out 6 weeks at a time, I think. Ah, there you go. Why do they say all 48? I thought it was 52. Yeah, it's the lower. They do the lower 48. Otherwise, we don't go up into Alaska and none of that crap. Um, yeah, and Hawaii would be a little bit of a bitch. And I think we don't go to. Forgive me if I'm thinking of the wrong state, but what is it, Puerto Rico or what is that freaking U.S. state that's not really a U.S. state? Like Hawaii. It's like we just invaded the other country and said, "You're ours. You're ours. We're gonna call you Americans." And they're like, "Well, we don't speak English." Yeah, fuck you. You're still an American because we want your state. Why we want it, we don't know. I need some sun. I'm looking pale. Dude, the sun gives you cancer, man. I'm looking pale. I think I'm getting freaking sick, man. I'm all stuffed up. I think John got me sick. I wouldn't mind doing some Canada in summer if it pays. I didn't think we went to Canada, but apparently we do. I ain't going to Canada. Fuck that. Yeah, summertime, of course. Of course, yeah, I would go to Canada in summertime, but not the winter. Oh, Chinese. I think I already had dinner. I think I had a hot dog when I woke up this morning out of the refrigerator. You got sick in Indiana? Yeah. Where's this freaking truck? I live in Indiana. It does suck. It does suck. Hey, man, that Gary, Indiana TA, behind it, there's that little burger joint. It's got the best gyros, man, back there. The best French fries. Oh, I like that place. And if you're really feeling froggy, you can get yourself a lot lizard at the TA for dessert. You have a gyro for dinner and a lot lizard for dessert. It rains every day there. Nah, that's Missouri, man. It rains every day in Missouri. You're talking to a guy who came from Southern California, man. Where we can't even water our grass. We don't have enough rain. Cornelius, Indiana, not too far from Gary. What's that place called again? I don't know. It's behind the TA, um, on the little side street, and it's just some little burger joint, man. Oh, it's so good, but I don't know the name of it. But it was good, man. You can get the gyro combo or you get the plate. If you get the plate, it's like a buck or two more, but you can almost make 2 gyros out of it. Oh, there you go. Hold on, guys. It's gonna go blank for a minute. I'm getting a phone call. That's them. Hello. Me? Can you hear me? Work is new. He had hepatitis while working at Chester's Chicken. What the hell? Chester's got hepatitis? What are you guys talking about? Am I back? Ralph? Hello? Ralph Hogrider or somebody say yes, no, maybe. How about them apples? Man. Okay, good. No one would answer, man. You guys all left me hanging here. But yeah, the guy called me. He says I'm in like a residential area on South. They gave me a South 20th Street. I said, yeah, I'm at the corner of South 20th and Nebraska too, man. So hopefully he's right there in that residential neighborhood. But we'll say. So when you sell everything, what's your new plan since you'll have some decent cash? Well, all the money's going to go into a savings account, and going to just keep stacking cash in the savings account, and build from there. That way, we'll have a few bucks saved up when it's time to get off the truck. You know, and I don't really have any major set in stone plans. I feel like a tweaker. I'm looking all over the place. Where is he? I don't have any really major set in stone plans. You know, see how things play out. Yeah, Mark, I want to turn them damn things off. That freaking noise is hell in this truck. Here's what he needs to do. Well, save some money and enjoy life. There you go. That's right. Right. It is time to freaking enjoy life. I've been working my ass off my whole life. I'm not sure. I don't know why the wife is kind of set on Tennessee. She keeps going Murfreesboro or some crap, Tennessee. And but I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't even thought about it yet. To be honest with you, I'm at this point in life, I'm living it one day at a time. I'm not looking at the future, you know, any of that. I'm just one day at a time. One day at a time. What the hell is that guy? Land sheep here in Indiana. That's like shit. Yeah, no, Indiana is definitely a no. Well, I guess there's probably nice areas in Indiana. I've just never been to any of them. Yeah, Murfreesboro. I know I pick up and deliver there sometimes, but that's about all I know about it. The wife says that it's supposed to be really nice there, and I mean, she's already looking into all that stuff. It's like, jeez, we haven't even sold our stuff yet. You already got us retired.
Turn left.
Turn left? What do you mean turn left? Freaking GPS on it. Turn left. But I hope this guy's got a tire with him and hoses. I hate when they come out and they go, okay, I got to go get stuff, because then they're gone for another 3 hours. Oh, absolutely, Hog Rider. Absolutely. Yes, Ralph, they do. Well, Texas is definitely going to be our initial stomping ground. Her brother lives in Texas, so I'm going to use his address, and that way I can get my pay, because Texas don't have state income tax. So I'll save that by, leaving Missouri and going there. But as far as the ending point, I'm not 100% sure where we're going to end up. She's not 100% sure. We really haven't discussed it much. Yeah, I'm just going to live one day at a time for now. Wait and see what happens. Not going to make no big plans. Where the hell is this guy? Where did they send him? They pinged the truck. I told them where I was at, and then they were going to ping the truck so they knew exactly where it was at. But why didn't they tell him I was on State Route 2? They just told me he was on 20th Street, that I was on 20th Street, which is a freaking residential neighborhood. I'm moving to Texas. I'm from New Jersey, and I'll be saving a shitload of money. Yeah, New Jersey is expensive, from what I understand. I've never lived there, but you know, from what I understand, New Jersey, New York, San Francisco, Hollywood, all those places are expensive. That's what we're planning on doing, Hog Rider. That's what we're planning on doing. You know, she really loves taking pictures, and I know a lot of times I'm at places where you can get some awesome pictures. So that'll keep her interested. And then she loves, you know, editing on her GoPro and stuff, which will be fine. Yeah, 7 cats is ridiculous. Good morning, Johnny. Real truck driver doesn't let it blow out, stop him. Get back right before a lady cop comes to us. Yeah, could you guys believe that freaking lady cop? Man, if that phone wasn't playing, I don't know why I didn't do it anyways. It's not like it was live. But I wanted to tell her, look, who pays your freaking salary, lady? Taxpayers. Therefore, you need to answer my question. All I wanted to do was ask her, where is there to park around here? She has to know. But luckily, the witch left, and I went and made a left, and there's plenty of parking, you know, on the side of the road. But yeah, that chick wouldn't give me, you need to leave. You need to leave. Shut up, freaking mouthy ass bitch. Come to the only downside is Atlanta traffic coming home and leaving. Yeah, frick that Atlanta bullshit. I mean, leave at night. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, charge ass AIDS. Oh man. Well. I hear John choking and gagging back there. Must mean he's waking up. I wonder if he's going to realize that it's just sitting there all morning. I tell him, I pulled over. It's your time to drive. You just wouldn't wake up. But I ran out of hours, man, so I had to stop. I couldn't get you up. Yeah, I try, Hog Rider. I try. But if you've seen that video, you've seen that. I mean, oh, man. I just couldn't believe she went, can I? And she just kept trying, needle. And then she has the balls when she gets out. She's parked right in front of me. She has the balls to tell me you need to move on. It's like, I yelled at her. I go, you get the fuck out of my way. You're in my way. Oh, man. She wants me to guide. I should have just drove through her damn car. So now she scared me. I didn't know what else to do. She kept telling me to leave. Is there any way to stop the clock when you're broke down, like in the sleeper? No. Once you go on duty, your 14-hour runs until it's empty. All you can do is go off duty, which stops your drive clock and stops your on-duty clock. It just runs your 14-hour down. So at least it's not messing up your 70. But yeah, there's no way of stopping it. I mean, no legal way of stopping it. Getting freaking germs in your hands. Dude, I could not wake you up. I'm out of hours.
Already?
Yeah. I pulled over. I've been waking you up, man. You won't wake up. It's been your time to drive like an hour ago.
I know. I've woke up several times. I thought we were broke down on the side of the road or something.
Yeah, we have a flat tire. I'm just messing
with you. I knew
you.
You didn't wake me. Yeah. I said, no way.
I'm just messing with you.
I knew. Yeah. I thought, no, you're 10 hours on even up until like
right.
11
So
o'clock.
yeah, exactly. I'm on live internet, so just so you know.
Oh.
But yeah, I had a blowout. It freaking took out the mud flap, took out the front hose on the front wheel. on the front tandem back there.
On the tractor or the trailer?
On the trailer. The guy called me and he was lost in a neighborhood, so he should be here shortly.
Wow.
Yeah, what's this new rule coming, Hog Rider? I mean, everyone wants to get rid of the 30-minute. I could care two shits about the 30-minute. Within 8 hours, I can do a 30-minute break. I prefer to do one to rest up a little bit. I want to get rid of the 70. That's what I think needs to go. That 70-hour rule is dangerous. Keep the, I don't care, keep the 14, keep the 8, keep the 30. Just get rid of that 70. Getting rid of the 30. Yeah, see the 30. Why get rid of the 30? It doesn't. You got to stay. I mean, in 8 hours, if you don't have to stop and take 30-minute piss or crap or something, you ain't human. I mean, come on. Within 8 hours, I generally would take a 30-minute nap break to revitalize myself. But that just could be because I'm old. Oh, is there someone back? Yes, he's here. All right, guys, the dude's here. I hope he didn't run over my triangles. So I'm going to let you guys go. It was fun. It was real. It was real fun. We will talk to you later. Once I get my laptop, we'll be doing some late nights and get caught up and have a little party time. You guys take care. Thanks for being here.